No, in a 7 lock-in. Yeah. This is going to be interesting.
Surely.
A lot has changed.
Interesting.
Yesterday and today. So they, Yuz and Fiend were playing Hattori
and Jaehyun,
right? And so they were doing this front-to-back playstyle where Yuz was in front, center stage, playing with the greatsword primarily, and then Fiend would be behind him, usually double jumping above him and attacking with spear to get a follow-up. Now we've got a set 2-deck 7 lock-in with Yuz playing on Rick, which is epic crossover for Brawlhalla. So we got blasters and axe. Very different playstyle, but you still have the core components here, I think, which is that, well, actually Yuz is just on a very different character in general.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, it makes sense with Fiend for the spear, but everything else right now is...
we're potentially going to have 2 Brawlhalla's in top 4 as Fakey loses his first stock there. Yeah, exactly. Kind of on the other side of the bracket. I don't know what kind is going to be running today.
Yuz and Kai just had a conversation like, no, yeah, Brawlhalla's actually just like that.
What if we just swapped? We'll do a jersey swap here in top 4. And so far it's working for Yuz and Fiend. That was a great down air coming out from Fakey to get the KO there. Neutral Sig tried to grab Yuz out of the air. I don't know if that would have gotten the KO there, but it would have at least set up for a follow-up or at least some juggle that leads to the KO right after that. Neutral Sig coming out, gets caught, but there's Fakey making sure the final blast of that neutral light don't hit.
Nice setup with the end leg. Tries to go for the dare from Fiend. Fiend looking for those neutral lights in center stage. Java dropping sidelight in air and just ends up getting a knockout. Team combo goes to sidelight in air into recovery. The weapon almost stunned Fiend to get hit by the swing. Just a little too delayed, but the damage there onto Fiend was incredible, and Java and Fakey have brought this game right back.
And Yuz was just over on the side. He didn't know if he wanted to move in or move out, whether he wanted to. He wanted to get caught in anything there. His teammates coming back in. Fiend is now in the game with a weapon. Yuz, I'm really curious about Yuz's damage numbers here, at least so far in this game, because it seems like the damage output isn't that great just yet. Maybe he needs a little bit of warm-up time. We did see them playing on the pools stations out there. We do see the stance switch coming out from Fiend onto the spear with that signature.
Oh, hits him with that falling down there. Now Fiend up the right side of the stage. Java going in, dashing down light. Neutral light hits him back over to Fakey and his side light in air. And then Fakey missing the side air right there, but they still got a 4-hit team combo onto Fiend, so Fiend is going to be the closest to go down here. And that neutral sig sniping him, punishes him with the neutral sig himself, and Yuz gets the edge guard actually pretty huge. Let's see if Fakey's able to get this edge guard. Okay, 1 knockout onto Yuz. Now Fiend has
Fiend's
to
by himself. Now, you pointed out the 4-hit that they grabbed on Fiend earlier. That's something Java and Fakey have been doing consistently throughout this entire time, is getting 3 or 4 hits in a 2v1 team combo on one member of the blue team. There, right there, and they keep it going. Fiend is here. You're talking about the best support player. He's still not able to get over there and shut down that team combo until 6-7 hits came out.
It's really, really difficult when you're 1 hit away from losing your last stock. But yeah, Fiend had to do something there to be able to stop Yuz from getting that much damage. Recovery sends Fiend flying. Yuz now over there to help Fiend on the way back to the stage. There's still a chance here if they're able to get a setup with that neutral light. That's a good save.
Nice.
Using this slide, what was that, like a dash forward down light to be able to stop him from taking too much damage. And then the dare from Yuz to save him. That was incredible. Okay, they're holding on here. And now if a really strong charge signature comes through, okay, that Nair will take Yuz down. But still, Fiend made that stock last from what was 2 really brutal team combos at the start of the game. I'm feeling good about their performance going into game number 2.
Yeah, definitely they leveled up right at the end. Those couple saves there from Fiend really kept this team going, really showed us like exactly why you were talking about Fiend as a support player there. Of course, this is just game 1 of the best of 5, so there's still a lot of Brawlhalla to be played between these 2 teams. You can see some of the damage numbers there. Let's look at Yuz's damage. This is, okay, let's see. The damage from Yuz, he ended up doing 458 and 394, so a little bit low damage numbers. I'm surprised that with those damage numbers, it really was that close. That means they were pretty good on their KO efficiency against the red team.
Yeah, actually, I was surprised that the damage was that high for Java and Fakey because there were some edge guards that happened decently early on. Okay,
there we go.
Tried it, and now we're back over to the Jaehyun and the Hattori. So this is the comp that Fiend and Yuz used to make it into winner's side top 3, right? And so the playstyle that you'll be seeing here is Yuz almost primarily focusing on the greatsword, staying in center stage, Fiend is staying right behind him, and then going in to be able to support him after he gets those hits, whether he whiffs or if he gets a connection, he'll double jump over him and find those siders. So let's see how this plays against Java and Fakey, as the comp that they tried in game number 1 didn't work out the way that they liked.
We're also moving over to Fortress of Lions here, so there still is going to be a soft platform like we saw Fiend use the 7 signatures on
Dare and Air.
They seem really focused on trying to main advantage as much as possible. Like they sent Fiend over to the left side and Fakey moved over to the right to help out Java. Potential KO off the top, everybody's still living.
Okay, recovery comes through. That's going to take the knockout on the Fakey on the left side of the stage. Can they get Java's landing? He dash lands out of the way, sidelights to safety. Fiend gets the pogo. Does he go for the edge guard? No, he's going to switch right over. No, okay. Java did a good job recovering there. I would have liked if Fiend just focused on a Fakey with Use.
Yeah.
Going to get an opportunity to knock him out later. Now they got Fakey on the left side of the stage. They're not going to go off of that. They're going to go for the weapon starve instead. Go right back to center stage.
There's a sidelight into the jump there from Fakey. Instantly shut down from Use's down air, but out comes the signature from Fakey. Oh, that's the burn dodge from...
Perfect way.
Yeah,
and
there you go.
Recovery on the top of the stage. What patience they have as a team there. They both waited out that dodge to be able to get that knockout. Critical, because Fiend was in early orange at the beginning of that. Now they've got blue team at center stage. Sidelight nair recovery. Java trying to get a third nair on there. Does not find it, but still good damage coming up from the red team as they're taking this lead back.
Eyes are on Fakey right now, just took 2 hits. There was no finisher coming out from Use. He was moved off the platform.
Oh,
interrupted. Saved him there. That was huge. Fakey needs to live as long as he possibly can, or he's going to be at a huge discrepancy with everybody else.
Java, so creative. Got the sidelight, saw that he was going to get punished, so he did a chase dodge up and then a chain dodge back to the ground to avoid getting punished. Team combo onto Use.
Again.
Feed with the weapon throw to save Use's stock, and then Use makes it back with the recovery. That's that support that I'm telling you about. You were asking where it was in game number 1. Well, Fiend is really warmed up here in game number 2. Nair sends Fakey flying and disarms him. D-Light side air, Java sent flying. Can Fakey help him get back? He can.
Double chase dodge.
Use.
Over there, hits the recovery on Use, completely splits the blue team, drops the D-Light recovery, but the falling side air does hit his teammate as well. Is Fakey going to be able to get back? The recovery from Fiend does take him off the top. Java's by himself. Can Use get this stuck? And he does.
Oh no, Fakey's just got to be able to clean up here. That was a constant reversals there with one person knocking out somebody else and then getting the return, but Use ends up winning out, right? But being able to hold on that second stock just barely. This is the moment where they're able to catch Fiend. You saw Java sitting up with that end light. He manages to avoid 1. Can he avoid 2? He does, and Use makes it back. All right. Even game situation here in game 2.
Use is able to grab that weapon. He throws it away. Now he's going to get caught. Great follow-up from Fakey potential here. There's the down air. Misses just a little bit. Nice. Fakey was too deep. Chase dodge across the stage. Trying to get back to safety. Okay. Blue team starting to do what red team did in the game 1 with those 4 hits. A little bit of team damage.
The side stick comes through. Weapon throw puts Java down. D-Light down here. Java has so much damage to work through, and that end light finisher will take him off the top, and like that, Use and Fiend bring it to a tied set, 1-1. Really crazy game too there. They were going really back and forth, and that was, I think, one off of Fiend support play alone, like the weapon throws that were stopping Use from taking
that was huge.
Back. And then in one of those situations where Use was able to take that stock and then turn it into a stock of his own, got the recovery on the Fakey on the way back, took Java off the top of the stage. They're playing very well with this Jay and the Tori composition.
Java and Fakey's follow-up game, though, I think is just a little bit stronger, at least so far at this point in the set. The fact that they're able to grab those 2v1s really quick, those 3 and 4 hits, and even just the single hit follow-ups as well, and even the like back and forth of target swapping. Oh, I'm going to attack Use over here. Fiend's going to come over here. He's behind me. I'm worried. I'm going to chase dodge to get through, turn it around.
Fiend has to interrupt the combo when they happen because they are guaranteed to happen. And that's something that we were struggling to see from a lot of other 2's teams on the way up into this top 4 that Java and Fakey have not.
They almost grabbed it right there with the down signature from Fakey. Didn't quite get it. We're moving over to Demon Island here, though. No soft platforms like we had in the previous 2 games.
Yeah, and in terms of like Use and Fiend's play style, it is very much like Use is going to do his thing, and then Fiend's going to follow up afterwards. And that worked out pretty well for the
Wow.
Okay, dash forward, sliding down to be able to take Use down there. Now he goes in for a down.
Oh, great grab pound from Fiend. Weapon toss.
Weapon throw. Did Java get his back? Jumps back? Okay, he did. With the grab pound from Use is going to secure that. Can Fakey get the save? Gets the recovery. The grab pound from Fiend.
Nice follow-up.
Wow. And then the downlight into side air. Fakey has to dodge to be able to get back to the stage here. Java right there to get the double recovery. Exhausted recovery takes him off the top. And now Fakey with the D-Light side air onto Use means that red team takes the lead away from blue team.
So going into this game, of course, like whenever we're talking about 1v1 especially, we flat stages are for greatsword players. Like never take a greatsword player to Demon Island. Okay, the way Java and Fakey are able to grab those 2v1s so quickly, I think this actually favors them over Use, at least so far. Doing a great job. They're not too far behind here. They have Java over on the edge. GC inlet, it was like the backside of it.
Oh, that was so quick. Clash comes through. NSYNC trying to catch Java jumping, but Java stays grounded. Use now in center stage doing a ton of damage to Fakey, and Fakey turns around the end lane, and some friendly fire means that the blue team is going to hold. Well, it's bringing the game back a little bit. Fiend waiting for an opportunity here to fall off of Use, but Use is not getting any wins there. Fakey saves Java from the D-Light recovery by hitting with the bow neutral light.
Great inlight there. The ground pound unfortunately bounces off the main stage. Fiend doesn't actually get the KO off of that, but there is Use for the follow-up. The D-Light into side air, a little bit of team damage caught in that one. Fakey's over on the edge. Okay, Fiend's looking to close this one out here. Ground pound coming in, or no, he's just gonna wait. He saw Java coming in.
The down sig, if Fakey jumped into that, that would have been devastating, but the communication for them was so fantastic. Yes. You just had to get out of the way. Fakey winning with the side air off that end line. Java looking for more setups. Recovery doesn't come through, doesn't get used. Gets the pogo onto Fiend. No jumps back there. Java and Fakey taking the lead, but it's so tentative, right? If Fakey goes down and Java gets stuck between both of them, that'd be huge. Nice job getting that neutral into pogo, but there goes Fakey. Java's got to run for his life.
Dude, Fiend was backing up there. He was giving a lot of respect to Java, and they were about to pick up a team combo right there if you
so
didn't
ready
get it.
all the time, even without a weapon.
For real.
Dash back goes for Endlight. Okay, gets the downer on the Fiend. Hughes gets the follow-up on the Java. He's so damaged, recovery would just knock him out.
Oh, you looking for it. D-Light recovery gets interrupted by Fakey. The grab property grabs Fiend, keeps his teammates safe. That was huge.
And then Fakey with the Cider to stop Hughes from getting the finisher. Now Java left side of the stage. Cider would knock him out, but he has to go to the recovery to make it back to stage. Fiend now in center stage, looking for falling in the air. Java sidelights Fakey to safety. Oh, there's the Cider. Java gets it. Hughes now has to get one hit on the Java to bring it to a 1v1, but Fakey is so on top of the pressure. Gravity cancel down light into the side light. Down there gets the stuff recovery effect Ciders. He can't make it back, but Java secures the knockout after Hughes tries to clutch the game, and they bring it to match point.
And that was a really interesting choice from Java there. You saw how far back he stayed, because if Fakey fell there, Java was still in a really good spot to win the game.
I honestly don't think it was the right choice.
Interesting. I do.
I was looking at that. I was going, Fakey was getting destroyed by Hughes off the left side of the stage. I think Hughes just ended up dropping a really critical jump after that pivot side air. But I guess when you were looking at it, right, you were saying, okay, Java was like, if he's going to do all this offstage stuff, I just have to punish him when he's trying to come back to the stage, which is exactly
yes.
Because the alternative was Java goes down and Fakey has to fight the 1v1 and then loses, right?
I'm worried that it was Demon Island with a small sidewall. Like, Java had room to go, so he could stay on the stage, maintain that stage control. If he needed to, just throw out a simple weapon toss to end things, or confirm an edge guard with a larger move once everything's been burned from Hughes. But if Hughes actually gets the edge guard there against both of them, game's over all of a sudden. So I like the safety choice from Java.
Wow, that was non-stop. And
that was a great game.
This is an amazing way to start off the mid-season championship here on Championship Sunday, because I need this to go to Game 5 so badly. Hughes and Fiend are playing so phenomenally, and Java and Fakey are matching it. It's a constant battle of like both teams getting their setups and then interrupting in the least catastrophic way, like Fakey getting those neutralite snipes to be able to get them in between combo starters that would normally be like for a D-Light recovery. Fiend has now swapped over to Queen Nai.
Oh yeah, so this is interesting.
A huge defense here going into game number 4. Let's see how that plays out. Fiend's setups with the signatures. I mean, arguably the best Queen Nai in doubles that I've ever seen do it. He brings this out for very specific scenarios. So we're going to be seeing a genuine Queen Nai team comp here for match point. If Fakey and Java win this, they're going into grand finals.
So one thing you mentioned last game was the communication. As Java was coming in with the down signature to punish either Hughes and Fiend, I can't remember which,
on the side of the wall.
The room. Yeah, that communication. They also had that in game 1 when Fakey came out with the double D-Light and then Java finished with the axe recovery. Their communication is so good.
They're both like, we're not doing anything in the dodge comes down, and he got it. It's like, okay, get the setup. Yeah,
they know it perfectly. I don't know if they have to say that or whether there's just like so much synergy between
these two. That long for sure. The Mammoth ends up hitting both of them there. Cider comes through. Fiend's not going to be able to help Hughes on that recovery. He just ends up drifting straight down. Now Fiend has to come back to the stage as well. Fakey covering it. Neutralite. No nice. Needed. Fakey and Java take the lead here in game 4.
So far the defense not helping. Don't know what that sideline from Java was hitting Fakey. Fakey's going to end up losing his stock because of that. Java might be losing his here shortly. Fiend does have a weapon. He actually kind of moves to the right third of the stage. See how he plays the down air.
End up having that nair come through slowly, but Fiend is actually destroying Fakey in the guitar so far. Fakey brought out a deep yellow from Fiend's guitars alone, while Hughes was able to finish Java's stock. Nair into recovery. Fakey taking so much damage here off of Fiend into Hughes alone. Neutral stick takes Fakey down, but Java goes for the reversal. Recovery into the jumping Nair, and Fiend on Queen Nai is knocked out in yellow off the top of the stage on Demon Island.
What a huge clutch there, because Fakey was getting bullied. It was like, oh no, the tides are turning towards the blue team. Then all of a sudden, that stock off the top was huge, turned things into an even game, and now Hughes is the one getting bullied. The red team is in the lead.
Yes, but look at Fakey, right? Deep into the yellow. Fiend, on the other hand, has a little bit more defense to play with than Kaya does. Hughes trying to take Java down here. Fiend fighting Fakey on the left side of the stage. Down sig, barely avoided by Fakey. He's trying to box him out as Hughes is just destroying Java on the 1v1 with the neutral light. Ends up disengaging. Another recovery from Fakey means that Fiend is running for his life, sweating back down to the stage. There goes Java. No, he still holds on.
Both players on one stock are in a pretty good position. Nice desync from Fiend, getting chased into the air and actually hit by his teammate. Fakey wasn't able to capitalize on it. He got the landing. Floating for safety. Java coming in, hits his teammate, but instantly turns around.
Fakey barely made it back while sweating. Now Fiend so damaged. Gets the hit onto Fakey. He's going to go for the edge guard here. Fiend will just trade a stock. Nice. Java gets the delay on the jump and now using the 1v2. Has to win this to stay in the winner's side of the bracket. What can Use do?
It's going to be tough because the greatsword shenanigans do not work as well when you have one person in front of you and one opponent behind
Someone
you.
jumps. He has nothing. He has a recovery to make it back. Okay, dodge comes through. That was a great team combo coming out from them. Goes to the recovery onto Java. Fakey's got to wait for Java to get something started here. Fakey commits. I mean, he could just go down. Nair after nair after nair. Java's putting on so much damage. Use jumping in. Sideline stops him from being able to get anything else. Goes to the recovery and stopped again. D-Light into neutral light. Use now without a weapon, but Fakey gets hit by the friendly fire from Java. Can Use get the stock here? He's denying both the red team. Oh my god! And then the dare spikes him. Java and Fakey clutch the 1v2 and take game number 4 to get into grand finals. What an amazing performance coming out from both of them. That neutral light and a dare, it's like they rehearsed that a million times.
Dude, Fakey was like just out of hit stun from the interruption on that signature from Use's greatsword. Unbelievable reaction timing and just understanding the state of the game in that moment. Java and Fakey have now beaten all 3 of the other teams in top 4, Tessa.
Yeah, Java and Fakey look so good. And I mean, so good. There were so many times where Fiend and Use were like, okay, that should be the stock. Wait, what the heck? How did Fakey...